Okay, I'm going to finally address something that I've been asked 1,000 times. The filter is called a comic filter, like in comic books. So I feel like that filter makes me look like a superhero. That's why I like it. Alright, gang. I think today's video I should have named How to Lose All Your Subscribers in One Video. But today we're going to do something, and we're going to do it because it's fair. I don't want to be said, if nothing else, that I am not fair. So, for all of the suspicious things we've heard and saw that make us think, or some of us, that it could be Dawn and Candace, I'm going to talk about all the reasons maybe it ain't. What y'all think? It's only fair. It's only fair. Alright, and I kind of broke it down into categories, if you will. That I think either, you'll see what I'm saying. Categories, let's just go with that. Categories. Number one is alibis. Now, given we don't know what's on none of the electronic data, okay? And there was at least one person that saw Dawn in Jonesboro that day, correct? There was, I'm sorry, there was. Let's talk alibis. Dawn's got a possible alibi. Candace? Not so much. Because even Candace admits she was present at the time that Summer went missing. So, if you're looking at alibis, Dawn has a possible one. Candace don't have jack for an alibi. That's just a fact. Number two, let's talk about witnesses. What witnesses do we have that something happened? Well, the person in the red truck's a witness, but they are still, as of today, unidentified. So there shoots that witness. Now, the next witness, who just grinds my gears, said she heard a scream. And we know what I'm talking about. We know I think she's a big pilot. Because she watched all that craziness go on and never done nothing about it. I'm not getting over that. Ruined your character in my book. So therefore, I don't think she's credible. I don't think law enforcement thinks she's credible. And I think that's a big part of the reason they just don't say much about the screen. So, there's witnesses, Now, is Grandis and the boys possible witnesses? Yes, possible. But, when you got no straight eyewitness that has said they did something that I know of, could they? I doubt it, because you would have think they'd arrested them by now if they did. Alright, now the next one, which I think is one of the other important things you need to convict, is a murder scene or a crime scene. Right? Now, TBI was in the Wells house. I know they removed a couple things, but I've never heard that it was a possible crime scene. The lake. Who knows? And it would be really hard to prove, I would think, if it was at this point, unless somebody just comes clean and tells what happened. But as of right now, there's not even a crime scene. These are facts. I know y'all hate hearing this, but I'm telling you, you're not going to convict somebody because a bunch of people on YouTube want to talk about him sitting on a toilet. You're not. That's why we're trying to go with facts. Evidence. We know they took a few things from the Wells home. Now, we don't know how valuable it is or could be or none of that. But the thing about Dawn saying the camera was never given back makes me think there's something to the camera, because they give the phones back and some other stuff. So if they're keeping the camera, that makes me think maybe there's something on it and it's going to be in an evidence bag, possibly. You know, you ever thought of that? Because Don said they didn't give back his camera. He might have said something else. I don't know. It's hard to watch. I do my best. And you know, one of the big ones you always hear about, it's really hard to convict somebody without a body. I don't even like thinking about that, but as far as we know, we don't have that or a great idea of where she is. Now, I'm hoping she's still with us. And, you know, I hope you guys will still just try to hope, you know, because you never know. She could be. I'm not going to give up on her and say she's definitely not with us. You know, I'm not going to give up on her like that. That ain't cool. You know? Now, in a case where you're trying to convict somebody, it's going to be hard to do it without a lot of this stuff, and I'm pretty confident they don't have a lot of this. Now, let's talk about other possible suspects. Dawn wants to say Trippy, but I tell you, man, I don't think Trippy's got nothing to do with it, because I know TBI's been up and down Trippy, and surely Trippy wouldn't pull it off. Okay, Jose. A lot of people want to act like Jose's involved in this. I don't believe that. I really don't. You know, Jose was just I'm not going to say exactly why he was there to begin with, but I don't think he's been there for a long time, and I've never seen any proof to the contrary. Now, I've heard somebody talk about, they think Jose could be feeding the fishes, if you know what I'm talking about. That Jose didn't leave the Wells property exactly 120/80, if you know what I'm saying. You know, I've heard people say that. I never thought about that until I seen it the other day, and I was like, who knows? How pissed was Dawn, you know? I don't know. Jody Sue. Well, we both know Jody Sue will watch damn near anything in person and not stop it or, you know, do much about it. So, does that mean she'd also be capable of doing something like that? I don't know, man. You got to wonder about people that can watch animals get tortured and stuff like that. You know, that seems like serial killer personality stuff to me, in my opinion. I don't know. H, no, I don't think so. I see H more as an uninformed alibi. That's how I feel about that. I don't think he's done nothing. Robin. A lot of people think Robin's in on stuff. I don't. I think Robin's just overly nice, and I think it makes her come off bad sometimes, and I think she's really into her religion, because people talk about this video she done about Donna Serafino. Well, you know, I'm not going to just hate on somebody because of their beliefs, you know. I think we got to respect what each other believes. And that's what she believes, you know. And I'm sure you believe something different, you know. And hopefully she would respect what you believe. See, I mean, I even give little life lessons in my videos. You learned something today. Dave Dotson. Now, on a creep meter, Dave's about a... or possibly... I ain't sure. But, could it be? I guess anything's possible. But we have no real evidence against him at all that I am aware of. So, if I'm going to play advocate for Don and Candace, I'm going to play it for him. There ain't nothing that says he was in on it. Could he be? Possibly. I don't know. We don't. The one true thing about this so far, as of today, nobody truly knows what happened or how it happened. And if we're being honest with ourselves, you would agree with that statement. You don't know anything exactly. You don't. I don't. And I'm confident in myself. I have watched a ton of this for the good of the case. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen a lot. Now, I ain't seen a bunch of the bull crap that goes around because I'm not interested about Don farting on somebody's live stream. That don't tell me much. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. Jackie Dobbs. Well, here's another issue I have with Jackie Dobbs. Jackie Dobbs was looked into pretty early into it. I know I've seen stuff on YouTube that really tries to point the error at him, but you can't believe everything you see on YouTube. I hope people understand that. Because I've seen some stuff, man. It's crazy. And honestly, those are the people that they talk about is hurting this. Because then you got somebody calling in tips about something crazy. So, I don't know. I don't think Jackie Dobbs is much of a suspect. Because I feel like he's been vetted very well by this point. I really, really, really do. And also, I want to address, that's pretty much the advocate points for Don and Candace. And I mean, if we're being honest with each other, we got to admit there's not, that we know of, there's nothing against them that can help get them in the slammer. There's stuff we think is something, but honestly, as of this point, these people have nothing really out there that convicts them. They just don't. And I want to address something also. And I've seen this quite a few times, so I'm not picking on anybody. I want to go over it. I have seen where they said that Rose was buried under a driveway and that Candace had been telling her friends about it. Okay? I'm going to say two things on that. That's been out long enough to where I really believe if that was the truth, we'd know about it. And I'm going to say that could have really been said. She just thinking it made her sound cool or tough or something, She could have really said that. I'm not doubting it. But I am pretty sure that as much traction as that's got on YouTube, they've probably went and checked that driveway out. If they ain't, I'm sure they're going to, and we'll find out really soon. But you got to be highly skeptical of stuff you watch on YouTube. That's why when I make my videos, I go off past interviews because there's proof that they said these things. And I think that's the best way to form a valid opinion on what happened. You can't go on just craziness. You can't. I'm sorry. We're never going to get anywhere worrying about oddball stuff, Now, I've made videos kind of gagging about some of Dawn's escapades and stuff, but I do that to loosen y'all up. You know what I'm saying? But today I really want to do a serious video talking about when it comes to evidence and facts and stuff like that, we don't have, as far as we know, anything. Now, we do not know what the TBI has. Like I said, I tell you, I feel like the most damning thing I've heard in a while was about them still having the camera. I know that interview's old, but I never caught on to that when I watched it originally, because it makes you think there has got to be something good on that, or there's something with the camera that they didn't give it back with the other stuff. I wouldn't think forensics on a camera takes any longer than a phone, And I want to say too, Nah, I'm not going to go anywhere else with it because this was supposed to be about making it fair for Don and Candace. So I'm not going to go into a bunch of rumor stuff because I wanted to be fair to them, you know. Now, I'm sure a lot of people think, well, with the way you rail them, don't you feel bad? No, I don't. Because I think there's plenty of evidence of some poor parenting and other things. You know, I really do. I think they've done some really bad stuff throughout the years. Let's just say that. Nobody's perfect. I get that. But everybody don't have felonies and misdemeanors and, you know, different things like that either. Let's just be honest. And we all seen the basement. You know, do I know they did something to Summer? No, absolutely not. Do I know they weren't the greatest parents to Summer? Yes, absolutely. And I'm just going to end it on that. I hope you guys realize I'm just trying to be fair. You can't hate on me for that. Well, I'm sure you can. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys, I'm out.